must admit, I should probably say, I'm back. Lao's back again. Anyway, I must admit, my first couple of games in the new patch went very well. I don't know if K-Walt's a lucky charm or what, but I did quite well out of them. This is my second game in the new patch, not 0.7.7. And it went pretty darn well too. In this game, I'm in my Molotov. Russian Tier 6 Premium with 180mm guns, which is a bit of an odd caliber. There's only 3 ships in the game that have it. This, the Kirov, and the Tier 9. Fuck, what's it called? Apologies for the language. Dmitry Donskoy. There we go. I'll remember these things eventually. As it is, starts out not very particularly exciting like most, but with the spotter plane, I can start shooting things up already. First salvo's out of the knives now. 3 hits at 16.5 kilometers. Not terrible. I decided to go on the outside of the island. I've had far too many bad experiences going on the inside. K-Walt's a bit braver than I am in that case. But with my spotter plane up, he's still well in range, so... Oh, now he's not spotted. Damn it. Oh, hey, last salvo got a couple hits. I can live with that. I'm rounding the island. There's a person spotted, but I can't actually shoot at them. K-Walt's a bit ahead of me, but good for him. His turn this time. Enemy 9 is now spotted again, but now he's out of range, and enemy King George V has been spotted, so let's open up on him. 17 kilometers away. 17 kilometers away or out? I don't know. I don't know which sounds better. And some hits. 4 in total. Not terrible for the range I'm shooting at. Especially for me. I'm terrible at shooting at people at long range. And oh my! Enemy destroyer spotted! A T-22! Yep. Distinctive boxy, I'm not entirely sure what it is, thing at the front of the hull. The pilot house, maybe? But he's getting torn up. Me, the Leningrad, and K-Walt in the DeGrasse, or at least me and K-Walt. The Leningrad stopped behind the island, so he's not really actually contributing. Only 1 hit of that salvo? Ugh, robbed, I say. And K-Walt finishes him off. Speed things up a bit. Less time I actually have to talk, the better, in my opinion. Shouldn't. Return to shooting at the knives now. 10k damage done so far. Not terrible. Not terrible. And yes, first fire started. For a ship named Molotov, my fire chance is not as high as I'd have thought it would be. Using the island to try and close without getting shot at. At least that was my idea at the time. Then I thought about it, and I'm like, 2 battleships, 1 cruiser. Both of them are higher tier than I am. This is a bad idea. Turn around. Might as well shoot up the King George V while he's close enough to me to be spotting me, regardless of whether or not I'm shooting. A couple of damaging hits, I can live with that. Oh, incoming! Turn the other way, try and get in between the shells. Ooh, 1 hit me. Took off almost 5k damage, bloody hell. With 1 shell, jeez. Oh well, turn back around. I think K-Walt took a couple hits. Yeah, K-Walt's taking a right beating. He's down to like 1/6 of his hit points. Jeez. A secret, though I suppose it's not really a secret, to doing well in ships like this is not being the most immediate threat. Keep your guns firing, and let other people take the hits. The Molotov, for example, doesn't have more than 80 millimeters of armor anywhere. I'm fairly sure it's 80 millimeters at the Citadel. That's the thickest armor. Ay, ay, ay. Well, taking the King George V under fire. Doing pretty good. Those 180s are a bit strange as far as gun calibers are concerned in this game. Generally with cruisers, you've got the 6-inch and the 8-inch guns. These are 7.5s or something like that. 7s, somewhere around there. But you got 6-inch guns, you go for the destroyers or the cruisers. You got the 8-inch guns, you mostly focus on cruisers and battleships. These 7-inch guns, well, yes, you can do damage with all the guns with HE against battleships, but as you may have noticed, I did a fairly good amount of damage with the AP, even against that angled King George. And if you can get a cruiser broadside in this ship, oh, happy days! Citadel City. But yeah, the AP is a little bit spotty, especially when it comes to against battleships. One salvo did almost 3,000 to the King George. Next salvo, 5 hits but no damage against the Nice now. Switch back to HE for more reliability in this case. Let's speed things up a bit, because this isn't particularly exciting though. That King George is going down, and there's nothing he can do to save himself at this point. So I switch fire to the Nice now. And oh my, there's a carrier spotted. But he's out of range right now, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, set the Nice now on fire. Hey, hey! For a ship named Molotov, haven't set very many fires. And then, well, Nice now's not shooting at me. Figure I might as well shoot the Independence up. Get me some damage in on that carrier. Besides which, if he dies, I can hopefully keep my allies alive longer. Nice hit. More shots out. Enemy Mutsuki's doing a rush on the Nice now. Unfortunately, an unsuccessful one. And at that point, I'm like, he's no longer distracted. Gotta focus on the battleship. Set 2 fires on the Independence, but he used his damage control. Put them out. Or just got far enough away I couldn't spot him anymore. Even with the fires. Oh well. And now with a nice broadside on this Nice now. Hey, hey, let's put out some AP. Took a look in front of me to make sure there's no one coming in. And yeah, decent hit with AP. Did 46 or so hundred damage. He's on low health. Finish him off with the AP. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Finished off with the AP. My first actual kill, 70,000 damage done. And now start lining up the Leon. French Tier 7 battleship. That thing has a shit ton of guns. It's not something I actually want to be shooting at me. No shit, he's focusing on me. It's about this point I notice I'm the farthest one forward. I'm the biggest target. Nope, time to turn around and go. That is a bad thing in this ship. With how light its armor is, and how fast it is, and how long range the guns are, you don't actually want to be in close range brawling. It can be fun, and you do have torpedoes, so you can do quite well with it. Oh, under air attack for the first time. Just put up my defensive fire, shot down one before the bombs even fell. Bomb drop. Nope. No hits. Down 2, 3, 4. That's all of them. And now putting shots in the Haida. I put out the set of torps just in case, but they don't actually hit anything. I didn't really expect them to. It was just kind of get them out, get everything out. Oh, that lucky son of a bitch. All it did was knock out a gun. And he repaired it? Really? Oh, there's my Confederate award. I do believe the Leon is on fire. Ouch. Took a hit from him. Not too bad. Seriously, 2 hits and only 800 damage? Really? It's a goddamn destroyer. Nope. And the Nelson claims the kill on the Haida. The other one in the New Orleans gets the Miyoko. Well, back to shooting at the Leon. Shoot the biggest threat. Shoot the biggest threat to you. to your allies too, but especially focus down ones that are threats to you. But since he's not shooting at me, and this guy's closer, and giving me a broadside, wait for all the guns to load, and we give him a salvo and reload to AP. More bastard than Nelson. Hey, a decent hit. He just gets swarmed by torpedoes. Yep, there they are. Ryu finishes off the Leon. Fuso actually finished off the Nelson. And oh, there's my Citadel. Dead Leander. Now I'm thinking about heading in towards the enemy cap. But the planes have me spotted and there's an enemy battleship heading this way. And I don't really like that idea. Being under fire from the battleship before I can shoot back, not a good idea in my opinion. And yes, I'm at 2 kills now, with that Citadel to the Leander. 130 gun hits, 3 incapacitations, 6 fires, not terrible. 2 kills, 6 planes shot down, which is actually more than I usually get in this thing. Simply because I don't usually have the defensive fire. I usually have Hydra on here, I don't know why I have the defensive fire on in this game. Bunch of carriers that were out. Don't remember. I only spotted 1 ship. Not really surprising in this one. And of course the 1 Citadel. With my Confederate award, because I've just been spreading the damage around. Just less than 100k damage. Good game. And now that the Allied New Orleans is coming in, I'm like, yeah, alright, let's turn around. Let's get that Pensacola. Oh, well, he's technically in range now, but I'd be the only one he'd be shooting at. Oh, no, he's shooting at New Orleans. Well, alright. Bring it around. Let's open fire. And the American heavy cruisers are actually remarkably maneuverable. Unlike the Japanese or the Russians. Even the Russians don't really have heavy cruisers except for the Moskva. Dmitri doesn't really count, and nothing else has 203 or bigger millimeter guns. So all the others are light cruisers. And oh, I didn't wait long enough on that one. Should have waited just a tenth of a second longer to get all 3 guns out. Didn't quite give him enough lead anyway. Switch back to the HE because I thought he was going to turn away, but he didn't. Didn't actually give him enough lead in that case. I'm like, oh, oops. He's burning down. Want to get off 1 more shot. Oh, he put the fire out. Never mind. 1 more salvo out on him. Finish him off. Let's go back to shooting the Fuso. Those are the last 2 left alive. And bam! Citadel for 12 damage. And my 3rd kill. And I'm just like, oh, come on. This was a good game. I did not carry in this game. But I got my 3 kills. K-Walt got a kill. Our Sharni was, if anything, was the one carrying this game. With 4 kills. Pretty damn good. But he was a bit not quite aggressive enough at the end of the game. So he didn't get a lot of down. So he didn't quite, well, he wasn't able to get the last kill on this Fuso. Or that Pensacola. And yes, firing AP, because doing good damage, did almost 3k in that one. And he's aiming at me, so it's time to turn in. Got another 2100, no, 3100, a little more than 3k damage, and missed. And these torpedoes going to be ending him. So that's the end of that game. A little more than 110, just less than 110k damage. My Molotov. 2nd game of the new patch. I'm on a roll.